Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another episode of Twisted TV. Today, we're actually going to be talking about one of the newest horror-themed television shows that just started. It is the Scream series, which is playing on MTV currently Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock. If you want to watch along with me, I'm reviewing the first 2 episodes today, and then the following Thursdays will be the most current episode. So if you want to watch along, please do. And every now and then I will kind of give you updates on where I am binge watching The Walking Dead. So yeah, let's talk about Scream. As you all know for sure, you guys know, Scream is my all-time favorite horror movie ever. I love the entire series, and Wes Craven is my all-time favorite director. So, as you can imagine, I was pretty stoked and nervous to, watch this because it could be really, really good and be kind of a cool addition to the series, even though it has nothing to do with the Sidney Prescott story from the movies. Or it could be a load of crap and I could hate it. The premise of this story is this town, Lakewood, which is our setting. Very similar to the Scream series, has kind of like a dark history, 20 years ago from where we're watching in the present day. A young boy who was deformed, and basically an outcast, fell in love with this girl, and of course when he revealed himself to her, everyone kind of freaked out because he looked different, and it was sort of like a torch and pickaxe kind of thing. They came after him and supposedly killed him, not before he killed a crap ton of people on a Halloween night, I think, of course, because I might just be saying that because it's always on a Halloween night, but I think in the show it is actually on a Halloween night. He kills a bunch of people before he is stopped. Yeah, then fast forward 20 years later, where we are in a very 2015 setting. Everything is social media, texting, GIFs, blah, blah, blah. All the kids are obsessed with their phones. So you can tell, because Scream is very much tied to the phone call, because that's primarily how Sidney would communicate with the killer. So as you can imagine, we are going to have some creepy phone calls with the voice. But we're also going to have a lot of social media type things. There's going to be YouTube videos. There's a GIF in the first 2 episodes. There's a GIF from the murderer. What a world. There's lots of references to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. There are a lot of characters to deal with here. So as I was watching, I made like a list. Like I put the character name and I put just like a quick 1 or 2 word description just so I could keep them all straight. Emma is kind of our main character. She's our Sidney Prescott, if you will. She has personal ties to the original event. As her father was the only one who survived the Halloween night mass murder 20 years ago. And her mother, as we discover in the first episode, they move really quickly in this show, just be warned. In the first episode, we find out that Emma's mother, Daisy, is the girl that our killer was obsessed with. Then we have Audrey, who's kind of like a film student, and she becomes the victim of kind of cyberbullying as a video is released of her making out with another girl in a car. And apparently, not only are we in this like super social media obsessed little world, we're also in a world that's gone back a couple of years because people are freaking out that she was making out with a girl in this show. It's 2015. Like, are people really like, oh my god? Then we have Noah, who's kind of like our Randy character. He's kind of the horror expert, if you will. And he does deliver a very Wes Craven-y, self-reflective line, you can't make a slasher into a TV show. But Kieran is kind of like our bad boy, new kid in town. He kind of reminds me of Billy Loomis from the original Scream. Like the hair kind of slicked back. He's got like little facial hair going on here. Then we have Will, who is Emma's like on and off boyfriend, I guess. He's like a jock type and a little off kilter. I sense something wrong in his character. He's a little off. Then we have Brooke, who is like party girl, ditzy, bitchy type, who is in a relationship with a teacher, which is cool. And then we have Jake, who's kind of a minor character still, but he's kind of part of this friend group, I guess. He's mostly friends with Will. Jake is also a jock and a little more violent than Will, still a little off kilter. I don't think that this show is going to be as self-reflective as the Scream series is. I think this is just going to be kind of very loosely based. Like the story is very similar to that of Scream, and kind of the elements of like the phone call and the mask, which they changed, which, you know, very quickly, I don't like the mask. That's all I have to say about it. Those elements are very similar to Scream, but I don't think it's gonna have that same meta self-reflective quality. Creators have presented a lot of different options for the killer, but if it's anything like Scream, and if you guys out there have learned anything from those movies, there's never just one killer. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to figure out who it is, because at the very least, there's two people for sure. Of course, there's gonna be two people. It's never just one. But with this TV show, there could be more than two even, like maybe 3 or 4, I'm thinking. I feel like that might be a possibility. I'm not sold on it yet. I'm just watching it for now. Nothing's happened to make me truly hate it, to make me stop watching, but I'm not fully behind it yet, so we'll see where it goes. Please, if you're interested at all in this show, watch along with me, as next Thursday we'll talk about the 3rd episode, and you can kind of, that way I don't feel like I'm behind everybody. I'm watching with you guys. The show airs on MTV on Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of my face and hear more of my voice. And until next time, stay strange. Bye.